It's just after 7 o'clock in the morning. I guess it's day 4 on the walk for Olivia, and I'm walking out of the Borrowdale youth hostel, and I had gastric, which is what caused me to check in here, and I'm a little bit tentative this morning, but I'm feeling okay. It's a lovely day, and I've downsized my backpack. I've left some of my gear behind here, and I've also adjusted my backpack a bit this morning. I'm thankful for that. I had a quick prayer before I walked out, and then I noticed something about my backpack that wasn't right, and that I neglected, and actually I've made some adjustments, and it's feeling a bit better this morning. So, and there's the pods over there where I stayed last night, and I'm really thankful for those pods. It cost me a little bit more money than I was hoping to pay, but I really needed it. And goodbye, pods. As usual for Dave Palmer, who is not very organised and is lousy at reading a map, I got lost again this morning. Maybe lost, I don't know, feels like an hour, but... And so eventually I kind of got back to working out the GPS, and led me astray at first, and I was starting to backtrack towards Honister Mines, where I came from yesterday, and then I realised, no, I don't want to go back there. And eventually I kind of started to head in the right direction, and a lady told me where to go, and I bumped into this retired couple who were backpacking and on the coast to coast, and then I bumped into some more people, and I eventually found a group of people that were doing the coast to coast. First time I'd actually found people that were doing the coast to coast, and they led me to where I am now. So there are 2 ways you can go this morning, the high route and the low route. And so I started following this group, and I've inadvertently found myself on the high route. Yes, you guessed it. I was going to go the low route, but you know, the pathway I've got is always the high route, isn't it? So I'm going to do the high route today, like it or not. The challenge for me though is that the end point for this walk, as I've just found out, I think it's Grasmere, there is a cycle race on, and all the accommodation's booked out, or most of it's booked out. So the end point for me today is I may not get accommodation, so I don't know what I'm going to do when I get there. I have to trust God for that one. And so we'll see how this adventure ends today. Plus this is could be a 5-hour walk. I don't really have much food with me, plus I'm getting over gastric. So we'll see how I go. This is a high mountain walk today, and I've got some challenges ahead of me once again. We'll see how we go on the walk for Olivia. It's an adventure. On the high road. I'm told this is bordering on an English summer today, and that I'm very fortunate. So, well, you know, I'm blessed. I appreciate that. And so I'm fording on, and this lovely couple that I've just been walking with this morning, just behind me, they just stopped for a coffee. I declined because I didn't want to use any of their cups, what have you, because of my stomach bug. And but they gave me some biscuits, and really appreciated that. So I'm fording on. There's a waterfall in front of me. I'll try to get a shot of that. Oh, lovely. With my camera, if I can. Yeah, Gonna have to pull the camera out for this one. And here we go. In this, it's kind of like an amazing volcanic crater. I don't know that it is that, but it feels like that. And before we go to the summit, and everything is still down here and it's quiet, and most of the wind is gone until we get back to the top. And absolutely amazing. Just step down into this quiet, warm place. About to go up the steps to the summit behind me. Over my shoulder, right back there. That way. Some people in the Lake District have this thing called Kendall, what is it? Mint cake, but I recommend gummy bears. Gummy bears, the new thing, you know, bit of sugar in your blood is very good. Gummy bears last longer than Kendall mint cake. Here we go. Away we go. Excuse me for sniffing. It's part of being in England in the cool weather. A lot of it is scrambling, a lot of it is over very uneven rocky surfaces. It's very uncomfortable walking. They don't tell you that, but I just want to show you this. Look at this. This is what you have to walk over. The path is not even. In fact, sometimes it's not even distinct. I'm not even sure where I have to walk. Where do you walk? Look. Somewhere. There, somewhere. Not sure. And it's boggy too. I've lost the path. It's somewhere in there. There it is somewhere. That's what they don't tell you on the, on the movies, on the YouTube channels. You just keep walking somewhere. Hope you don't twist your ankle. So I'm having a little game with myself when I get to the corner up here that I don't know what's around the corner, kind of hanging out for the next town. I'm dreaming of fish and chips and the vinegar on the fish, and I don't know whether they got anything like that in the next town, but but that's what I'm dreaming of. And on the corner up here, I have a celebration. I'm going to have some water and 3 gummy bears, and so a little celebration, regardless of what's around the corner. But I'm going to have a little celebration. That's what I'm going to do, just up here. No matter what's around there. I did more walking, no civilization, but I've got 3 gummy bears here, and I'm gonna wash them down with some of Ennerdale's finest Aquapura. Here goes. Yum, yum, yum. Just an update of where I'm at. I've had to check into a hotel at Ambleside. I was at Grasmere, and there's no accommodation anywhere. In fact, virtually all over the Lakes District. There is a bicycle race on that I didn't know about, and there are thousands of bicycle riders everywhere for the race this weekend. The whole of Grasmere, in fact, just virtually the whole of the Lakes District was booked out. I went into a pub, hotel, and they found some accommodation for me, very expensive here in Ambleside, and they put me in a room here. Cost a lot more money than I wanted to spend, but I had to stay somewhere. My body's aching, and I'm glad to be here, actually. I'm relieved to have somewhere to stay. So I'm trying to find accommodation tomorrow in Patterdale. My family are trying to find it. The youth hostels are booked out, and so I need to go. I'm actually going to have a short day tomorrow. I'm going to stay here, have the breakfast that comes with the expensive room, and I'm going to have a late start. I'm going to go through. I think I've probably only got about a 5 or 6 hour walk through the mountain range to Patterdale, and then I'll prepare for a long walk from Patterdale through to Shap. But the problem is I can't get accommodation at Patterdale, so my family are trying to help me. Again, I think it must be the bicycle race being the whole weekend. So again, I'm trying to get accommodation. Not long started my day today, and I've elected for a shorter day today, only 4 or 5 hours walking. There are 3 options this morning. I'm on my way to Patterdale. I could go through Helvellyn, which has a really scary, I think they call it, it's like a razor climb where I'm not going to do that. It's just I forgot what they call it, but it's just a very dangerous. It's nearly a mile high. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go for the valley descent, just an easier 2 hours shorter journey into Patterdale. So that's my journey today. So it's a safer one. My wife will be happier with me doing that. I couldn't get any accommodation in Grasmere or in the Lake District. It was none of the youth hostels were available, and I couldn't really book ahead because of some of the problems I had with my backpack, and then me getting gastric, and it sort of messed with my timetable, so I wasn't able to book ahead, not knowing where I'd be. So I had to get what I could get Anyway, my stay last night gave me opportunity just to think and really look at my whole plan for the next few days, and I got to book about 4 or 5 nights ahead, and it was really, really good. And even though it was an expensive hotel, it did me good just to think about what I was doing and plan ahead and rethink what I'm doing on this walk. And so it was a good time, expensive but worthwhile. And so now I'm not going to break any world records. I had a late start and had a full English breakfast, and I should come into town about 3-4 o'clock, and then I have booked another hotel again because it's the Lake District. There's no youth hostels, so I paid about £57, which is a lot cheaper than what I paid last night, but I can again continue my rethinking and booking ahead. And a lot of friends out there are helping me too, and people are helping me and chipping in many practical ways. So I'm not alone with this, and people are helping us in even though it's been expensive for me, people are helping out, and so don't worry too much. And so appreciate your prayers for me, and it's been glorious. And have a look, how amazing is this? And I'm learning a lot, and you know what, today's Mother's Day in Australia, not in England but in Australia, and I want to do a shout out. I was just driving on the bus coming through the Lake District, and although it was a beautiful place, I tell you, the most beautiful thing in the world to me is my wife, Jeanette. And this Mother's Day, I really feel that, and she's been loving me and caring for me and worried about me, and I realise that one thing, apart from my faith in my beautiful God, and the one thing I can't do without in this life is my wife, Jeanette, and big shout out to you. I love you, Jeanette, and I don't know what I'd do without you. This Mother's Day, I love you with all of my heart, and you're the best gift that God's ever given to me. And I miss you. I can't wait to see you again in hopefully less than 2 weeks' time if I can finish this, even though it'll be a couple of days late. But I love you, Jeanette. You're the best gift God ever gave me, and you're my best friend in all the world, and you and Jeanette mean everything to me. Anyway, I better sign off. This is Dave Palmer on the Walk for Olivia. Happy Mother's Day to everybody in Australia. Bye. These guys are listening in on me, having a bit of a weep there. These lambs, bar lambs, little bar black sheep down there, having a listening in on me, having a little rave. They didn't care. I've got to get going. Cute little fella. We're going to get some more of your brothers or sisters, whatever they are. Thank you. Looking back over this amazing valley, two things going through my mind. Number one, I got a message this morning from Lisa Garcia, our prayer coordinator at Believe Church, just to say how Believe Church praying for me this morning on Mother's Day, and I really appreciate that. Thank you. Big shout out to all of our faithful church members at Believe Church. Thank you. I love you. Appreciate you. Pastor Jerry and the team there, Jonathan, and Pastor Neil and Alison Grady, just supporting the church back there. Thank you. This is a message for you. Happy Mother's Day, and thank you for just looking after things back there. Saw a bit of your worship this morning. Lisa sent a video through. Just great to see you guys out there worshiping. And so thank you. Just second thing through my mind, I trained for this. I'm climbing up this mountain. I walked Clear Mountain in Sanford for 5 months to train to do this very thing that I'm doing now. And so it was worth it. God bless you guys. I got to keep walking. Got a long way to go, about 3-4 hours of walking to go before this day finishes at Patterdale. God bless you. Thought I'd let you know what I'm doing. Thank you. one of these mountains around me, I'm not sure which one it is, called Helvellyn, and it's got a section on it that's kind of like a bread knife. It's called Striding Edge, and I'm told, I've read, that only one person can go across it at a time, and it takes about 20 minutes or something. I understand that could be exaggerated, but you don't go across there with a heavy backpack like mine, and you don't go on a windy day. People have fallen off it. And so I elected not to go that way. My family would not have appreciated me doing that. And so I'm going the easy way today. There's 3 routes on this mountain trail, and I elected for an easy way today. Julia Bradbury, on her series about the coast to coast, I don't recollect her going on that trail. So I'm doing the easy route, and I'm sure Wainwright in his latter years would not have done that route, I don't think. So here we are, going the easy route, and that's a tarn down there, I think. I'm not sure if it's angle tarn, somebody will correct me on that, but it's a tarn, and it's a tarn, good tarn as well. Just coming into Pattadale and looking at the mountain that is before me that I'm going to have to climb on my 16-mile journey tomorrow, and it is the most daunting day on the whole of the coast to coast, I believe, and it is uphill pretty well all the way, and it is the highest point on the whole of the coast to coast. I've got to climb that tomorrow. No stops on the way, all the way through 16 miles.